Thank you for listening. This is the Jake and Josh podcast. I'm Jake.
And I'm Josh.
And we were doing some math. And at one point a couple weeks ago, we were on pace for 3,500 listens.
Well,
through the
hold
end
on,
of the
take
year.
a step back. So
I never take steps back.
We got so close to like 3,000 listens. Like we're watching it as it goes, and it's like 2,950, 2,960, 2,971, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna hit 3,000 in like a week.
Yeah,
and then that's when we start punching the numbers. And
I got a little forward thinking.
It's an algorithm of sorts.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were on pace for like 3,500.
Yeah, and then recently, for whatever happened, I don't know if we got good, if people started passing the words around.
No, we did zero marketing.
No, not us.
Oh, okay.
Not
yeah,
us. Yeah. I mean, other people.
Yeah, we've gotten several shout-outs on Twitter, a couple retweets. I love Follow Friday now because it never fails. Somebody's like, hey, if you have a good sense of humor and aren't a cunt, you should check out the Jake and Josh show.
Well, we meet one of those two requirements. But long story short, we're going to hit 3,500 like
today.
No. Like we're probably hitting that as we record this episode.
It's almost like it's crazy how much quicker it gets quicker. How quicker it quickens.
The quickening.
Jesus. Like
that was one of the Highlander movies.
I mean, this week alone, there's a good chance we will hit 300 listens for the week, which is like averaging 40-ish per day, which I know that's not great numbers, but 300 a week, you're at 15.
Well, I mean, we're nobodies.
I know. And again, no marketing. It's all word of mouth. We're like Walmart anytime except Christmas. Like, because they don't do other ads.
But I mean, I know, I don't know, kind of like humble brag a little bit, but
only on the show. But
yeah,
you have to already be listening to the product.
Yeah, if people I've had people tell me, like people who I had no idea listen to the show, tell me that they like the show, and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Let's not talk about this anymore.
I hate if it's somebody I know that says, hey, I listened to your show, loved it. I'm like, all right, I take that with a grain of salt. But then like one time I was playing basketball at a neighboring community, like this
one of the other buildings.
Not Trump Tower 2. This is more like Building 7.
But that's where we are.
We're in Building 7.
It's more like Building 2.
This is Tower 1. But anyways, I'm playing basketball, and this kid who I knew from like years ago, but we had just lost touch completely.
Because he got too old.
Wait, because who got too old? I got too old. I have this weird thing about like being above 21 and being friends with someone below the age of 21. It's really weird. But anyways, run into him on the
Jerry Sandusky didn't also have that foresight.
Or Jared, or just those two. There was no other pedophiles in the history of mankind. But no, I run into him, haven't seen him in years, and he's like, dude, you have a podcast. And I'm like, who the fuck told you? Like,
where'd you find that out?
Was not prepared for that. And he listens and he enjoys it. We almost get no negative feedback now, and that's probably the biggest. At first, people would be like, oh, hell no, these closet racists, white supremacists. And it's like,
I'll still remember our first feedback was that we were a try-hard Joe Rogan.
Oh, yes.
I still, that's still my, I think that's still my favorite feedback.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're going for.
I mean, honestly, like the only thing, I feel like we have a very Joe Rogan-esque sense of humor and conversational skills. We just don't have every episode like someone with us that we can interview / converse with.
And we also don't have the time to do 14 episodes a week.
Yeah,
that are all 3 hours long.
Man, I have to like pick and choose what Joe Rogan I listen to now. And every time it's a gem. If I had Hermione's Clockwinder backer from...
The Time Turner?
Yeah, I think that's from Prisoner of Azkaban, because that's the one where she has to ride the hippogriff out of the tower.
Yeah, that's the one with Sirius Black.
Oh, the character name and the color. Anyways, so yeah, I think we're balling out of control.
Yeah, so shout out to us.
We'll play our theme music when Jake says play that funky music, white boy, and then we will get to today's episode.
I'm not saying that, just play it.
All right.
Coming at you live from Building 7 in New York, it's the only show that always has its dick out for Harambe, making America okay again. It's the Jake and Josh Podcast.
Okay, welcome back. Now, wasn't that something?
That was something called music.
Yeah.
So Jake,
I think it's called dub step.
Dub.
I think it's. I think
is that short for double step, and you're supposed to dance twice as fast? Okay.
I don't know. I think the question mark's implied.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Dub step.
So hypothetical scenario for you. I had this thought whilst
Chamberlain.
Stilst Chamberlain. That's his
Whilst the Stilst.
Whilst the Stilstest.
That reminds me of the Silt Striders from Morrowind.
I don't know 2 of the 3 of the 4 words. The first thing, the second thing, and I know from, and I didn't know that other word.
So there's a video
I assume
game.
this is Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Whoa!
The third game in the series was called Morrowind, and you could fast travel by using these thing called Silt Striders.
Wow, that's also a weather forecast in Chicago. More wind. Oh. All right, I did that to myself.
And just to let you in on my train of thought, the Silt Strider reminded me of the rapper from the 90s, Silk the Shocker.
And
we
said I have no notes that we were talking about rap in today's episode.
We never have notes. I just work it in there.
I have.
Whoa! It's just how.
That's what the teacher said. Because you said we have no notes. Okay.
We have no notes.
Can I give you my hypothetical scenario yet?
No.
Okay. Well, can I give you a backstory then? Say yes.
Okay.
Okay. So years ago, I got for Christmas. I can't remember who gave it to me.
AIDS.
No, that was a birthday. For Christmas, I got this. It was a book, and it was a bunch of like single-page comics of different ways rabbits could kill themselves.
Okay.
And they were very nonsensical. I mean, it's already a nonsensical like premise, yeah. But there'd be ways like, well, if it's standing on the top mast of a pirate ship and then belly flopped onto the second mast, it would impale itself through the heart. And like, it was so grotesque and so well thought out. But they were all like,
it's like every time they killed Kenny on South Park.
Yeah, well, Kenny's a human. Humans die anyways. You would think rabbits die of like
as if rabbits don't die.
No, but of like a multitude of ways. Like, what's a rabbit doing on the top mast of a pirate ship? You would think if a rabbit's going to kill himself, it's going to eat too many apple seeds, freeze to death, starve to death, or get eaten by something else.
A wolf.
I always say that word wrong, so I'm going to avoid. I always say wolf.
A wolf.
You are what noise you make.
Or
I'm moan. Okay.
Or if you ever seen the Watership Down movie, other rabbits are also a form of rabbit death.
I'm lost. Watership Down? That's a movie?
They made a book. There's a book called Watership Down. It was about personified. That's not the word.
Personification. Characterized, humanized.
They were anthropomorphized.
Oh, dang. Wait, what's that mean?
Made to be like human-esque.
Humanized.
Anthropomorphized is the proper term for it. But anyway, these anthropomorphized rabbits lived in a community, and there's a scene in the middle of it's a cartoon movie.
Pause.
Pause.
Can our episode of the podcast just be called Anthropomorphized Rabbits? But I'm gonna spell it how I think it's spelled.
It's a very long title.
I'm gonna spell it how I think it's spelled.
Anthropomorphized?
Possibly. We'll come up with other potential
I want to hear
titles.
you say it first.
Anamorphized.
Anamorphs.
Tobias.
Anamorphized.
What's his name, Tobias or Tobias?
Tobias.
I've never heard that name.
Tobias.
Tobias? Or
Tobias.
Not Tobias? Whoa. All right. Where is it? All right.
I would rather not to be us.
Okay, so the God damn. Did I just say
Anthrop Power Ranger morphized.
It's anthropomorphizing time. Okay. Rabbit. Okay. I could do this all day. And it's like an orange ranger. Okay.
So yeah, anyway, there's a very brutal scene in the movie where like the rabbits are killing each other. And I saw this movie when I was like 9 because a teacher decided because we were reading the book that she should show the movie without watching the movie beforehand. So
that is the backstory to this next hypothetical scenario. Sorry. That's how off topic we got.
You're welcome.
So I was in an elevator the other day, and I still think different, like, what would be the weirdest way to kill myself, as if I was one of the rabbits in these hypothetical scenarios.
Yeah.
So I'm in an elevator the other day, and I'm thinking, if there was an elevator wide enough and tall enough to get a full golf swing in.
Okay.
And you put a T, somehow stuck it into the ground of the elevator. Maybe it's
preferably in this hypothetical elevator. It's it's got
a turf surface.
Yeah, it's got like
a
golf grass.
Sorry, I always combine words.
A turf and surf.
A turf and surface. And
a Microsoft turf and surface.
Jesus fucking Christ! God damn it. We're going to have one whole episode one day, I just know, where we're just adding different words and morphing, and it's like a 70-paragraph run-on sentence that really is like a weird thing you could refer to your pubes as. I have that feeling. Anyways, so you put the tee down, and you put a ball on the tee, and if you could get a full golf swing in, like as if you were trying to drive the ball 400 yards, or
yes.
Happy Gilmore. My thought is, if that ball bounced off the wall, could it kill you on its return?
Well, does it have to bounce off the wall? Because it's
You're in an elevator. What's it going to hit?
But it's gonna lose a lot of kinetic energy by bouncing.
No, because they have the dimples, and the dimples make it not lose kinetic energy.
The dimples make it more aerodynamic, so it travels farther through the air. The dimple...
What is... Okay, so your question is, would the ball lose kinetic energy?
The ball would lose kinetic energy because it would hit the wall, the door of the elevator, and it would impart that energy onto the door, and then whatever's energy is left over is going to help it bounce.
Okay, but... So
your scenario, I'm picturing somebody standing in the elevator doors, and you're swinging a golf ball, like swinging your club, aiming the ball like straight at their head.
No, it's got to bounce off the wall. That's the scenario. And I know it loses some kinetic energy. So let's say when the ball leaves the tee, it has the momentum of a ball that's going to go 400 yards. And when it bounces off the wall, it has a momentum of a ball that's going to go 250 yards. But it only has to go like 2 feet to hit you.
So, don't ask me how I know this, but to cause a skull fracture, 75 PSI.
Okay, so if you had a fully inflated monster truck tire, I don't know... How does PSI relate to...
Pounds per square inch.
I fucking know.
So the ball, the amount of force that it would hit... I'm assuming it would have to be a headshot. 360 no scope.
Keep in mind, I'm going to have a follow-up question. So Don't think you're done.
So this ball, it's... How big is a fucking golf ball? Like, what's the circumference of a golf ball? Like 4 inches?
Jesus, no. Are you playing with volleyballs?
No, the circumference is all the way around, though.
I know.
It's got a
3.1 inches.
It's got a radius of 1.5 inches.
No, it's not 3
diameter.
inches.
Diameter.
Yeah.
1.5 inches. I'd say 1.5 inches.
Hold on, so pi r squared. Okay, sorry.
So that ball...
But it's not inflated.
1.5 inch diameter.
Okay.
It's not, but it's hard.
So how does something without inflation have PSI?
It's the amount of force that it can hit on you. So... If I'm pushing down, like if I'm pushing down with my fingers on your arm,
which you are right now, it's 2 psi.
If I'm pushing on your arm with one finger, I'm applying more pounds per square inch of pressure by just pushing down with one finger. But if I push down with my hand at the same time, I'm applying that force to a larger, like there's a more surface area.
Oh, gotcha.
So that the force of the ball hitting you in the head, if it can hit you in one spot at greater than or equal to 75 psi,
skull fracture.
It can cause a skull fracture.
Okay.
So that could be fatal.
My follow-up question, how do you know that? Just kidding. So let's say this. So we're aided in this scenario by the fact that the golf ball is tiny to begin with, meaning you're getting a more precise impact. You're listening to Mythbusters, by the way. Just kidding.
That's probably where I learned the 75 pounds per square inch thing, if I'm being honest.
What were the two host names?
Adam Savage and Jamie Heineman.
Okay, so who got hit in the head?
Neither
Just
one. A crash test dummy named Buster.
It's always named Buster. I think they only had one dummy.
He evolved several times throughout the show.
So my follow-up question. So let's pretend.
You've had 2 follow-up questions.
My first one was only because you said, don't ask me how I know this, and I always, I make a mental note.
To ask me how I know that.
Absolutely. My next follow-up question is, it's kind of like how many licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop. How many swings to finish the job? How many swings do you think it would take in an elevator to kill a person?
If you can hit the ball hard enough and
400-yard momentum leaving the tee every time.
But see, there's math to this. If we actually sat and did the math, we could figure out what it would take. I'm sure there's a force.
That's why this is an entertainment show.
Yeah. So we'd have to figure out, first off, how tall the person would be, and then what angle the ball would have to hit, and then deflect off of the elevator door to hit them in the forehead. I say forehead because I feel like that's probably the thinnest spot of the skull.
I think you're right, but I still wanted to hit their nose and drive up
I don't know if that's...
Or in their mouth like in Coneheads. Just kill the alien.
I want to... Run away.
The fact that he did that dressed as Abe Lincoln was perfect.
But I feel like hitting them square in the middle of the forehead would probably yield the best result. Or maybe the throat. I don't know what the force is to crush a trachea.
Or, dude, if you just smash the fucking jugular, you don't even, they'll bleed out.
Bruised jugular. Internal bleeding.
Wait, what'd you say?
Bruised jugular.
Oh, for some reason I heard Bruce Valanche and I had like a Hollywood Squares flashback. That was weird.
That was weird.
Are you ready for our next topic?
No, because I'm like, I want to know what the math is. I feel like I want to work that out when we get done with this.
I say we test it.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Where's your neighbor?
We'd have to have someone really, really short so that their stroke isn't like super likely to hit on a wall. Because I don't want to I want no other variables.
We don't have to have like a real test. We just need to figure out the math of it. We need to figure out if the ball is going to go 400 yards, how much energy the ball has.
Dude, it's physics, though. There's infinite math. We'll never know until we do it. Because there's also the fact of, is the elevator moving? Because if so, in which direction? Because if it's moving down, that would probably add a little bit more energy to the ball because now it's going against an opposing force as it bounces back.
But it's not, though. It's like if you're inside a car... let's say you're inside like a limousine and you're throwing a football back and forth inside the limousine, there's no imparting of force there. Like, it's contained inside the unit. But if you're trying to throw the football to somebody outside the vehicle, you're going to have to take into account the motion of the vehicle.
I don't believe this. Is this something you heard somewhere?
No, this is physics.
Because I threw a blue Mondo juice box to somebody once in a car.
Yeah.
And I feel like the inertia, I think is the word I'm looking for. Wait, no. The outside force did impact the Mondo juice. I missed.
Yeah. Because you were throwing to someone outside, but if you're throwing to someone inside the vehicle...
No. Both parties were in the car. I missed.
That just means you have terrible aim. Or you throw like a girl.
No, I think the blue Mondo's way more, and I wasn't taking that into...
consideration.
I was going to say account.
I'm going to do the math. I'm going to figure out how much a fucking golf ball weighs and how hard you'd have to hit it to kill somebody.
And then we're going to fucking kill someone. We're like, hey, let's go play golf on an elevator.
It'll be Arnold Palmer.
Can we do the next topic?
Yes.
Okay.
As if we have a list of topics that we're going to read from.
Don't fucking spoil it. So, Oreos made by Nabisco. That was a good burp.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which are actually a ripoff of Hydrox cookies.
Is this something else you heard somewhere?
No, it's true. Hydrox, the company, was founded before, and they made the same cookies before Oreo.
You
was
mean
around.
before Nabisco?
Before the brand Oreo was created.
Wait, is Oreo the brand or is Nabisco?
Nabisco's the company. Oreo's the brand.
Oh,
name.
got you. Okay, so anyways.
And Nabisco's probably owned by Nestle.
Yeah, which is owned by the Illuminati, which all belongs to Walt Disney still.
And Jay-Z.
Stop with rap. Okay.
Well, he's a largely rumored person in the Illuminati.
No. All right, so Oreo did this recently, and a lot of companies have done it, and it's always baffled me, and most people don't think about
They made
it.
the Oreo.
What's the Oreo?
That was when it was
when they tried to cross Oreos with SpaghettiOs, and it was Oreos. All right, I'll do it. God damn it.
No,
All right, enough.
The Oreos were the ones that were the vanilla on the cookie part and then chocolate frosting.
That's disgusting. No, so Oreos came out with the Oreo Thins, which by definition it's a thinner cookie.
They're like Wheat Thins
in taste and size. No, they're fucking disgusting. But anyways, so it's a thinner cookie on both sides, thinner cream.
Yeah,
I almost said frosting, but really,
well, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
could you imagine?
Icing.
Wait, could you imagine frosting a cake with Oreo cream filling?
I would just peel the cake away constantly. Actually, that's a really tough image for me to deal with. I don't know why, but it gives me anxiety. I'm probably going to nightmare about it.
What if it was a cake shaped like an Oreo cookie?
It's,
Did you also know that they have mega stuffed Oreos now?
As opposed to double stuffed?
Yes.
So it's more.
Yes.
Which means it costs more.
No, same price, but you get like 4 cookies in the box.
Oh, Jesus. They do that with those fucking, the Reese Big Cups too. They're like,
yeah.
Because you're like, whoa, that's the same price. And you get 1. And it just like slides to the front when you open it. But anyway, so Oreo came out with the Oreo Thins, and they're thinner cookies, thinner frosting, and I'm like, and it's the same price. And it always baffles me when a company makes something smaller and advertises it, okay, with food. So like we went through the phase where we were like, smaller phones.
But then we realized we could watch porn on them, and then the phones got
bigger phones, like TV sized. With Wi-Fi everywhere. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Seriously, I felt like butthead. But anyways, it baffles me when a company promotes a product as being smaller at the same price.
There's just being less of it.
Yeah, and sells it. M&M Minis was probably the first one I can think of. And then you start having these, like, they come in bags now, but it's like a bag of just tiny Reese's. And you're like, or tiny Rolos.
Well, I mean, because I ain't got time to unwrap all those Reese's.
That's another point. Now they start taking the wrappers away. And they're like, now with no paper. And they still sell at the same price. I'm like, okay, you're saving 0.01 cents on every tiny Reese's in this bag. I want my dime back.
But there's like 100 tiny Reese's in there. That money adds
That's why
up.
I said dime. Actually, no. I said 0.01 cents, and you said 100. So that'd be 1 dime.
Yeah.
Dang. Did you do that math? And you can't figure out if a golf ball would kill someone.
I said I would figure it out. I just don't have time to do it now.
And you had no preparation. I kind of sprung this on you last second.
Yeah.
The podcast, I mean. Just kidding.
I didn't know we were doing this.
Yeah.
Just been along for the ride.
No. Okay, so I don't feel like you share my sentiment that it's bullshit that a company will make something smaller.
I do, but I feel like because it's smaller, I always feel like when they're making a smaller product, there's more of that product in the container, so it kind of offsets.
What if there's not? So
that's
I haven't
math
tested
that I
it.
haven't done.
Right. I mean, and it would say it on the outside, like the Reese's, the regular 2
But there's
cups
also a convenience factor to factor into it. I love Starburst, but if I get the bag that's already got the unwrapped Starburst, I save so much time just grabbing a handful of Starburst.
At that point, why do they even sell in a bag? They should just have a dispenser, shoot it in your mouth, and you get a receipt on your way out. I just came up with an idea.
Yeah, it's a thing now.
Okay, and you said convenience factor. The other thing that I think is not convenient, especially with candies, is when they do a bunch of tiny ones in a bag. If they get fucking melty, you're done.
Yeah.
You got to throw that bag away. Because if you have like 2 melty Reese's in a regular container, you can deal with 2 melty peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
But if you have 100 tiny shit balls in your bag, what are you going to do with that?
Mash it into one giant shit ball. and then eat it like a regular Reese's.
I was just going to say, like, what if you had like Reese's ice trays? Like where it's shaped like that, and you just mash all that fucking chocolate and peanut butter back in it, and then freeze it, and then bring it out, and then put it in paper because they didn't give you paper.
That's the American manufacturing process.
Jesus.
Well, it used to be. Now it's the Chinese manufacturing process.
Okay, and maybe this correlates, maybe it doesn't, but I've always thought too, if I ever opened my own restaurant, I would have the menu like
in Braille.
Cuneiform, if anything. Sanskrit, is that still around?
No, I think it's dead.
Just like the Sanskrit people.
Arnold Palmer.
Oh, too soon.
I've done 2 Arnold Palmer jokes now.
What was the other one?
I when we were talking about the golf thing, I was like, you said we're going to kill somebody. I said, yeah, Arnold Palmer.
Oh, god damn it. At least he was fucking old. But anyways.
Yeah.
So I'd open my restaurant, and like, let's say, the Reuben, okay? Corned beef.
The Reuben stuttered.
How about the Reuben stuttered? Okay, Jesus. I haven't used this one in a while. I love the air horn. Okay.
It's not.
Oh, Jesus. I meant to.
It doesn't apply.
It never applies. What the fuck do you do an air horn for?
I don't know. If you're a DJ.
Okay, but in this podcast, what's the air horn for?
It's not for anything.
Give it a function. Because even, I thought at first
I
if
have to
somebody
write
says
an
something
equation
shocking,
for the function.
if someone says something shocking, we do. And then when I want to piss off Jake, I do.
God.
Okay.
I quit.
I always think about the Geico commercial with the microwave. What the fuck was I talking about? So the Reuben, it's going to be thinly sliced corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut. I'm going to do red onions. A lot of places don't do red onions. Calm down. And then it'll be on the...
That's not I'm going to eat. It's got fucking sauerkraut on it.
Yeah. It's weird. I hate everything on a Reuben except for cheese, but it all kind of works together. But anyways, and it'll come on the rye bread just like normal. We'll grill it, and it'll be $7.89. It's only going to be 5 ounces of corned beef, though, so trying to keep my food costs down. But the point I want to get to is, let's say someone comes in and they say, can I get a Reuben? No sauerkraut. I'll be like, yes. I'll hit the button. It'll take 12 cents off right there. Now, granted, let's say I'm actually saving 19 cents.
Yeah, but you take 12 cents off the sandwich.
Yeah, and it creates that goodwill of, one, you're not paying, like, goodwill and awareness. Because you're not paying for something you're not ordering, and that's something we do all the time. You ever go somewhere and you're like, can I get tomatoes on that? And it's like plus 39 cents, and you get on your receipt.
But if you ordered the sandwich that already came with tomatoes...
Without tomatoes...
Yeah.
Then you don't get that 39-cent reduction. And maybe somebody will point out that it's unfair that they add extra sauerkraut to my Reuben. It's like plus 19 cents, but if I take it off, it's 12 cents. I'm like, I'll just be like, fuck you, go to McDonald's. You know, you don't get anything.
It would be 25 cents to add more sauerkraut. Because you still got to make a profit on that.
Yeah, I mean, but do you hate that idea or do you like it?
No, I've always questioned the business practice. Like if I'm at a restaurant, if I'm ordering some food, I usually get my stuff without tomato if it comes with tomato. But if I'm with somebody that gets a sandwich that doesn't really have tomato and they ask for tomato, like just put the tomatoes from my sandwich on his sandwich.
Yes, dude, me and my wife do that all the time.
Can you give him my tomatoes?
I don't do mushrooms, she does mushrooms. She doesn't do raw garlic, I do raw garlic. I mean, we're switching stuff all the time.
I mean, how often are you in a restaurant that puts raw garlic on things?
We go to this Greek restaurant all the time.
They have raw garlic?
I mean, it's slightly sauteed, but it's still spicy as fuck to bite into, which I like. I said that like a complaint, so I had to clarify.
Fuck.
I said it kind of dirty too, like
spicy as fuck.
Oh Jesus!
That's how you're supposed to say
it. Speaking of being dirty, are you ready for the next thing I was thinking about this week?
Sure.
All right. So if you think about it, so okay. First, I have a question: is your throat your esophagus or your trachea? Wait, what is it? I don't know the words. I read them once and then I just move on.
Trachea.
Okay, what is it?
The trachealizer.
Oh my god.
That's a reach. The trachea is your windpipe. That's the part that goes to your lungs.
Are they actually two different pipes, or is it one?
Okay, it's two pipes.
I didn't know if it was like a double barrel shotgun.
It's the esophagus is the part that goes to your stomach. It all goes down it starts at the back of your throat and then it splits off into the trachea and then the esophagus continues down to the stomach.
Okay, so question. So when I drink water or something, and then we'll get to my thing I was wondering.
Also, there's a little flap that covers up your trachea in your esophagus called the epiglottis, and that's what keeps water and food from getting into your windpipe.
Man, you watch that much Magic School Bus? Okay. Or the Rick and Morty episode where they go in Anatomy Park.
Yeah, but they didn't talk about the epiglottis in that episode.
I know, they kind of stuck on Pirates of the Pancreas.
It was his baby.
I just watched that episode the other day. That's so good. Okay, anyways. So if I drink water, and I've always thought it was a euphemistic phrase when people say...
it went down the wrong pipe?
Yeah, but it really did?
Yeah, literally went down the wrong pipe.
How's it come back out?
When you start coughing, you're coughing like any water that got up there, you're coughing it out of there.
So if you're in a meeting and you just hold it in and you get all red in the face, it's still going down the wrong pipe?
Yeah, that's pneumonia.
Only if your alveoli get... Alveola. Jesus. If there was like a job where you could write anatomy books for people who don't actually know how to say or write the things, I'd be in the running.
You would just name them what they look like. You'd be like, the lung bubbles.
I always said grapes. I mean, they're very grape-ish.
Yeah, grape apes.
Oh, yeah. The grapist.
Grapes.
It's what's for dinner. Okay, so anyway, so you have your esophagus. Esophagus, that's your food throat, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you think about it, your intestines that lead up to your butt, like they're kind of like a throat.
Like a butt throat?
Yes. Butt throat kitchen? Okay, Jesus.
Butt throat kitchen nightmares.
Okay, alright.
Why?
I don't know. Is that or careless whisper? I'm trying to work in all the sounds. But I don't want to use careless whisper with anything that has to do with the butt. Although on second thought.
It's a fart.
Yeah. So, okay.
You also do anything off the Chocolate Starfish album by Limp Bizkit.
Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Which, man, I was inexcusably old when I found out what that meant. I bought the album when I was like 15 or 16, and I was like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and somebody's like, that's like a butthole and semen, right? And I'm like, whoa.
That was great.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep rolling.
God damn it. That was all right. I'll give you a little bit of love. So your intestines, I think it's actually your small intestine that leads to your actual anus.
No, it's small intestine, then large intestine.
So small intestine is from the stomach, and then it goes to your large intestine.
I think so.
No, you have it backwards. And I only know that because the large intestine will do more of the breaking down, and then it'll condense stuff, and then finally the stuff can fit into your small intestine.
Yep.
And sometimes if your intestine comes too far out, they cut a little bit of your small intestine, never your large. Your large is more if you have like a breach because there's so much fucking bacteria in it.
Yeah.
I think about shit all day.
Like a hull breach.
Oh. Did you say hole or
hole? Hull.
Because you can have a hull breach on a submarine.
Yeah, like a hull breach, like on a boat.
Is that what you said?
Yes.
I thought you said a hole breach, like HOLE, like butthole.
No, it was hole, WHOLE. Like
motherfucker.
Like your whole butt.
You can breach so many holes.
I love breaching holes.
Oh, jeez.
I love
breaching. Like breach-arounds. Okay.
I love getting it from my breacher.
I like brusty trombones. Why the fuck did I say that? God, I'm editing that shit out. That's going to stop with like me saying like, there's so many holes, and then I'll go to the next topic. But anyways, so your small intestine is like the throat for your butt.
Yeah, your throat butt.
So the other day I'm at work, and I cleared my butt throat. And that's the only way I could describe this chart. I felt...
It gives... Now I'm picturing you in the middle of work with a timely Beastie Boys.
Let me clear my throat! Okay, but that was your fart noise. I want to redact that. How do I describe this? I felt my butt reach for its throat phlegm like 6 inches into my intestine. Nothing about it was voluntary. And then what do you do? Because I'm sitting in shit. Shit-ish. It's like mud. And I'm where I sit at work, I'm at least 40 yards from the nearest bathroom. I'm wearing light khakis. If it was black pants or dark brown or even blue maybe, I don't know. So I'm praying that what came out of my butt is mostly clear, but you can never be sure.
Poop mucus. Pucus.
Oh. Oh,
or Moop.
this. What's funnier is all these knockoff of Gogurt is called Moop Tubes, and now I'm picturing Moop Tubes.
Another nickname for your intestines.
Okay, I think we're calling the episode Moop Tubes. I'd be okay with this. I'm like sweating. I'm laughing so hard. Okay.
And if you had a TV in your bathroom, it would be your Moop Poop Tube.
Wait, your Moop Boob Tube?
It would be the poop tube because it's in the bathroom.
I like that.
The Moop Poop Tube.
The only person I know with a TV in the bathroom is Big Black.
From Robin Big?
Yeah. What's his actual name? Chris Boykin?
Boykin.
Yeah. Man. I only remember that because we used to hang out all the time. Wait, no, that was Rob.
No, me and you used to hang out all the time and watch it.
I've seen every episode of Robin Big at least twice. And that's something like one day I might have kids and I won't let them watch that because I don't want them imposing on my friendship with those two.
That's how I feel every time I have another run through of The Office. I'm like, let's see how my friends are doing.
Dude, The Office is the best show ever made. I think. I feel emotionally connected with almost everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, people gave it shit after Steve Carell left, but even those last 2 seasons, I still really enjoy them. And this
3 seasons. Season 7 he left.
He
7,
left,
8, 9.
There were 4 episodes at the end of season 7. I can't stop burping.
I can't stop mooping. Okay, that's gross.
There's season 7 was his last season, but he was there up until he left, and then there were 4 more episodes to end the season. So it's 2 seasons plus 4 episodes that he's gone. But the series finale is probably one of my favorite endings to a TV show ever.
I agree.
There's I could not have imagined a better way for them to add closure for each character's story. Everybody got a resolution.
Everyone. Not like in the series finale for Lost where you're like, okay.
They were dead the whole time, maybe, but everything still happened.
They're like in church and the door's white and there's Jacob and I don't know.
But everything also on the island happened, but also none of it happened.
It's like Schrodinger's show.
Is it good or not? It's only good if you're watching it.
Okay, so I'm only going to change topics now because we have about 23 minutes left before I take out the shitty puns I've done. Okay, so this is a serious conversation now. We're going to deviate from the humor.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I've gotten a little bit older, so between the ages...
A little bit.
Yeah, not too much. Between the ages of 18... Well, let's say 17 because that's when I was adult
Between
aware.
the ages of 1 and 27.
So now... all of me. No. Between the ages of 17 and 22, I was what I would describe now as an optimist, idealist.
As an optometrist.
Is that...
That's the ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Okay, I thought the eye doctor.
It is the eye doctor.
Oh, Jesus.
The ear, nose, and throat doctor is an otolaryngologist.
Oh, my God. I was getting it mixed up with oncologist, which I think is any doctor because they're always on call.
No, the oncologist works with cancer.
So they're always on call. Okay. Where was I going with this? Oh, so I used to be kind of like an optimist, idealist, and now I'm more of a realist.
Okay.
And the beauty for me is I think that's changed the way in which I argue, or the points I make, or the thoughts I have.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
or the moops you take.
Or the moops I take. Now I'm picturing that I'll Be Watching You song. It's like, every moop you take, I'll be wiping you. I don't know.
Songs from the nursing home.
Hashtag. Okay. God damn it. I get off track so easily.
I know. I love
have
it.
podcast ADHD. Okay. So now I'm a little bit more realistic, but I still want to correlate the point I'm going to make to football.
Okay.
When people are idealists and over-the-top optimists, they are always going for a touchdown. And that's cute. But...
Looking at you, Cleveland.
But there's times where you can't solve a problem. It will not be solved today, tomorrow, in 10 years, 20 years. I mean, sometimes you're set up for failure. So that's where I've kind of looked at some of my arguments as going for first downs.
Yeah, kind of like...
Just keep the drive alive.
Kind of like Vanilla Ice. If there was a problem, I'll solve it. I think you hit the wrong one.
No, that was every Vanilla Ice. That was just a bunch of Vanilla Ices. It was a
Vanilla
ice
Ices.
cream. God damn it! Wait, a Vanilla Icy? Ugh.
A vanilla ice cream sandwich.
Okay, that's better, but like an icy is like flavored ice, and then I think about vanilla flavored ice, and I'm like,
that's ice cream.
Whoa! Whoa! Damn, it really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I so I've thought recently, like a lot more. Like with any major debate or thing people bitch about on Facebook, I don't have a solution. I don't.
I have a final solution.
You already know it. Did we overuse the soundboard?
Yes.
Wait. I'm gonna I'm gonna let our listeners answer right now.
I was hoping that'd be the Jeopardy music.
Oh no, I meant to get the Price is Right one too, and I forgot.
Fucking lazy motherfucker.
I know, I messed up. I apologize. Anyways, so let me use the example. An easy one is gun control.
Yeah.
Okay, I have zero idea how to fix the gun problem.
And you're talking like absolutely like fix every single issue. That's like all the sub issues for each issue.
Between ISIS to police to gangs to
people illegally selling guns,
anything.
Like
there's
like just for example, like Indiana is the eighth largest exporter. Eighth largest exporter of guns to other states,
and the eighth largest exporter of homicides. Just kidding.
That's how Chicago gets all of its guns, from Gary.
Dude, probably.
I mean, that's his name and the city.
Dude, if the top gun dealer from Gary, Indiana is Gary, and his last name was Indiana, okay. Jesus, I know. Okay, anyways, so, like, with gun control, I'll never purport, that's my word of the week, that I know how to fix it. But I have certain things I think would be a good step in the right direction. It'd be a first down.
Okay.
Not a touchdown.
Like, maybe fixing the loophole for gun shows?
What's the loophole for gun shows?
Pretty much.
Clearly, I can't fix the whole problem. Okay.
So, normally, if you're to buy a gun, and in the state of Indiana, I think, but I don't know if this is a federal law or if it's a state law. In the state of Indiana, if you go buy a gun, there's a 3-day waiting period before you can actually get the gun. And that's so they can do like the background check and everything on you. For a gun show, if there's like a trade show, you can just go buy the gun there.
And get it immediately.
Yeah, I think they bypass all the background checks.
So you can like shoot the owner in the face as soon as you just bought the gun from him.
Yes, and then there would still be people praising him for exercising his gun rights.
That baffles me.
But eliminating that loophole, I mean...
You think that's a first down?
I think, yeah.
Because first let's express, like, the two touchdowns are... Some people be like, give everyone a gun. That way, if Al-Habab goes crazy on an airplane, you can shoot him on the spot or something like that. And then some people are like, no more guns. And both of those are the touchdowns, I feel like. They're each extremes touchdowns. One of my first downs, and I like yours about the gun show.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. One of my first downs is...
The gun show is also when I'm wearing a shirt without sleeves.
Like right now.
Yeah. Now's the time for Careless Whisper.
No, that's gay. At some point in the future, we're probably going to videotape the... Dude, do people still say videotape?
We'll have a video camera.
Jesus. We're going to record in video. How do you say it? What's the verb?
We're going to take Polaroids of ourselves
and make a flip book.
Make a video with it.
I'd be down.
A video of the flip book.
But one day you'll be able to watch the podcast as well. That's like one of my goals. And then we have to quit lying about what each other's wearing. Like that's going to be tough. Or if we're petting each other's legs, because the viewers will want to see.
I mean, we'll either have to start doing it or just stop.
Don't ever stop.
Depending on whether or not we're actually lying.
This is true.
Schrodinger's leg.
Oh my God. Brought to you by Lost. Like one of my first downs for gun control is there should be centers where you go and you can turn in any unregistered firearm where it will be smelted down, and on the spot, no questions asked, you're given $1,000. And people think that's crazy, but one, then you get more metal. But two, I mean, we don't have a metal shortage. That's a stupid ancillary benefit.
Yeah.
But the bigger one is...
We will run out one day, though.
People think it's crazy. You're just going to give them $1,000 for turning on an unregistered gun? You know how much it costs in payout to, like...
Well, do you know what it costs to prosecute someone? To put them in, to have them in jail for not having a legally registered firearm,
or to, as close as you can, indemnify the families of the victims. I mean, they'll never be, but they get some fucking money, and that comes from the government. Like it costs so much money to deal with a mass shooting or a shooting in general.
Yeah.
Versus give them $1,000, and the key is unregistered guns. Doesn't matter who the fucking owner was. You should have to register your guns.
The big thing is that way. I mean, you're getting unregistered guns off the streets, so you can keep track of the ones that are in circulation.
Yeah, and I think that's a first down.
I think, yeah, I could see that. I think, and this is more like a fake punt, but all guns sold come with a GPS tag.
I feel like people will find a way to microwave the gun and kill the GPS tag or something.
There's always ways around things.
But you're right. Okay, see, I'm shooting you down because I thought that was a touchdown. It was a fake punt.
Yeah.
You know, you sometimes you don't get those.
Yeah.
Depending on your punter, Sean Mormon.
Or field goals, Cody Parkey.
Dude. Oh, dude. We should talk about Cody Parkey in the Colts podcast. I have a thing to say about him. That was a big lead up and then a big drop off. What's like another, I'm trying to brainstorm, like another huge political issue?
I mean, immigration. Like
I don't even have a first down for that.
A touchdown would be
the wall.
It would, a touchdown is the wall. Another touchdown would be just granting amnesty to all illegal immigrants that are currently here. A first down would be making the process of applying for citizenship a lot easier
and cheaper.
That way, because
it costs. I'd venture to say, and this is pure conjecture, but I'd venture to say it probably costs more to catch an illegal immigrant, deport them, than it does just like to reduce the fee for them to get in the right way.
Just like every other crime.
Yeah, like that's a whole economy unto itself.
Yeah, it costs so much money.
The law.
If we could cut out, like if we could make, instead of prosecuting and deporting every illegal immigrant, give them an opportunity to apply for citizenship the right way, because that's going to be cheaper, because then you're going to have, if they're a legal citizen, then they're paying taxes, which is more money for the government.
Right.
And that's less money that you're spending trying to round them up and get them out of the country. So that's a win-win.
Well,
it's
only if they're Chinese.
It's a win-win-win when
with
they become a citizenship.
So, and in both the scenarios we've given so far, so another one of my words of the week is dichotomy, which means like the two extremes of something.
Yes.
I think there's going to be a forever pattern of the touchdowns come from the dichotomy. It's each extreme has their touchdown.
Yeah.
Give amnesty to everyone. Don't let anyone in. Build the wall. Like those are your extremes, and those are your touchdowns. Your first downs could be give amnesty to and have a predetermined way to
The first down is Bernie Sanders.
Or Gary Johnson, if he got to debate.
I'm still sort of feeling the Johnson, but I think my hopes have been dashed.
You are feeling the Johnson.
Feeling your Johnson.
Oh, Jesus.
Johnsonville Brats.
Brought to you by...
Wait, no. Brought to you by... Brats. Brought to you by Johnsonville Brats.
Don't be brats.
Brats. Brought to you by Brats.
The dolls.
Brats out for Harambe.
Jeez, no. I'm trying to think of any other social stuff, too. So we did immigration. Shit. Like...
I mean, abortion. The touchdowns are either none or everybody's killing babies.
The touchdowns are either none or China. Okay, sorry, I had to.
No, it's either
that was a reach across the Pacific.
It's either none or Chinese girls.
Yeah, and like a first down could be
cut off after the first term.
Yeah, like so you can't get an abortion after the first term. I like that. I feel like the touchdown that scares me the most is no abortions, because people will still do them in their garages.
Yeah.
Myself included. Dude, if I knew I could make $300 for killing a baby. I mean, I know that's fucked up to talk about, but it's not my kid. If it is, it's on the house.
I love money.
I mean,
it's on the house because you pushed her off of it.
Fuck, 2 babies? That's almost a paycheck. Is that weird?
Wait, the way you phrased that was you should have had
off-putting, yes.
You should have had a longer comma there. It should.
My paycheck is just 2 babies.
No, it should have been fuck 2 babies and you get the whole paycheck. But that you kind of ran that together.
Yeah,
I don't want to say what the real phrase sounded like because it doesn't.
The listeners will know. I always do that with I'll do comma but, and then the next sentence is fuck something. So I'll be like but fucking. And then I'm always like, whoa, I just said butt fucking. And then if I'm talking about like a guy or a boy, I'll be like, but fucking Michael. And then I sound really questionable.
Yeah. But fucking Jerry Sandusky.
Said every kid ever. Just kidding.
Because then it's an adjective.
This is true.
Yeah. Now we're back to etymology.
Wait, his name was Jerry.
Etymology.
The study of Ed and Jerry.
Ed and Jerry. I'm picturing Ed O'Neill and Jerry Seinfeld in a TV show.
Who's Ed O'Neill?
Al Bundy.
Dude, I would not hate that.
Not to be confused with Ted Bundy.
The hero.
The national treasure. Could you imagine Ted Bundy in a sitcom with Jerry Seinfeld? I think that'd be funny.
I like that.
They're roommates.
I just like contrasting characters, and I know that's kind of cliche unless you do it perfect.
Yeah. Like serial killer, moderately unfunny comedian.
Yeah. I really liked I'm trying to think of a real life scenario where I enjoyed the dichotomy of characters.
Oh.
Fuck, we already talked about this, but you haven't seen Land of the Lost?
No.
Danny McBride and Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Perfect in that. Who's Owen Wilson always in movies with now?
Vince Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn would be another good one. Vince and Owen. They're like...
What? But that's not a because they're both funny.
Yeah, but different ends of funny. Different extremes of funny.
It's more like... Shit.
Or there was the one, Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
That was a good
Due
one.
Date.
Due Date, yeah.
Yeah.
God, I laughed so hard I cried towards the end.
Yeah, because it was finally over.
Wait, did you say finally?
Oh my God!
I'm not going to do it. I won't
Don't
do
do
it. Okay, not yet. We're so close.
The only thing that would be acceptable is if when it said finally, you had the sound clip of The Rock has come back.
Dang.
That'd be the only acceptable.
I need like a week off of work to do this, but I want to make my own sounds for the soundboard.
Yeah.
Like that and like webcam, or not webcamming. Fuck, that sounded so weird.
Yeah. We could webcam.
We could be webcam girls.
Yeah. Cam boys.
Cam boys. Do you think there's a market for that?
Cam boys chunky soup.
I'm seriously, because like even when like I think my wife's home, so I have to say it's kind of quiet. Even when I watch porn, like sometimes in the videos I'm scrolling through, there'll be like 2 guys fucking in one, and I'm like, do people really watch that? And then maybe they do.
And then why am I watching it?
Did I just finish to that? Okay. But then what if being cam guys is like a hot commodity because no guys want to do it?
I could imagine it's like...
but you're just doing it for other guys because women wouldn't watch it.
They might. It's kind of like the necessity for male nurses.
Or male flight attendants, yeah.
Yeah.
Where there's like... But that's because
those
companies...
mail-order brides.
Wait, are those boys? Or is it mail order?
Mail-ordered brides.
Mail-ordered or mail...
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. No, okay, so
they could be males if they came from like Taiwan or Thailand.
Yeah, where the capital is don't punch my wiener. They actually have a female prime minister. They've had her for like 4 years now, and they still haven't changed their capital name to Bang Cunt. Okay.
It's because
I wish.
Because she wasn't born a woman.
Or in
Trans
Thailand.
cock.
Ugh. You ever accidentally watch a porn and then chick has a wiener?
I never accidentally do anything. But yes.
Yeah, that's gross. But seriously, if we could monetize, because I always, and I'm sure I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I always get really jealous when women can just sell their underwear for like $100.
Man, if
I have some boxers I've had since I was like 16.
Yeah, I don't think I've bought new underwear in years.
Yeah.
Years.
These are worth tens of dollars. Tens.
If anyone is in the market for 10-year-old underwear with holes,
don't say 10-year-old underwear.
No,
Jerry and Dusty's gonna make the order from prison.
I need to be more specific. If there's interest in a 10-year-old's underwear,
there's morals there you could really play with, though.
Yeah, I play. That's there's a lot that can be said there that I'm just gonna leave unsaid.
No, now I'm wondering, like, okay, so you have a son.
Yes.
Which, if you knew you could make monetary gain, would you sell his used underwear one day?
Absolutely.
Dude, what if, okay, so we go through, like, right now we have normal jobs and we podcast, and then one day.
So in my opinion, me selling it is no different than me donating it to Goodwill.
Do people buy underwear at Goodwill?
People buy anything at fucking Goodwill. What's the difference between me selling it to some pervert on Craigslist, and then I donate to Craigslist, and I donate to Goodwill, and he just goes to Goodwill and buys it anyway.
Man,
Goodwill's just the middleman in that transaction, and
dude,
that guy's I get the direct profit, and that guy gets what he wants.
Wow, you could start a company selling them. It'd be the top
Yeah,
drawers.
Goodwill.
Oh my god! But okay, so
drawers are us.
Oh wow! Whoa! Wow! Okay, Jesus, I'm like having a seizure of ideas right now.
Instead of IKEA, it's IPEA.
I don't hate that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So like right now we have normal jobs. We podcast in our spare time.
Normal.
Yeah. What if like 2 years from now, like this podcast, this specific episode becomes prophecy? We both no longer have our jobs. You're selling your kids' underwear online, and I'm doing abortions in my garage.
Out of necessity. Yours would be for hobby.
No, I would and it's fucked up. I already know my abortion price, $300. Because I assume they're more than that at the clinic. Have you ever looked into it?
You would literally be undercutting prices.
I'd have like second or third trimester sales. No, actually first, because it's less. Like the clean. I mean,
less is more.
You push down on her stomach, it's like a grapefruit pops out, and it just. Sorry, that's sorry. Oh god, that's got graphic towards the end. Normally, when I post these episodes on Reddit, I put like not safe for work. This one's gonna be not safe for life.
Yeah. Both tags. You'll have to put this on the 50/50 subreddit.
Oh, it's either any other episode we've done or this one.
But both are not safe for work, and neither one of them are porn, unfortunately.
Yeah, we could add something, dude.
Add porn?
Yes. If no, side tangent.
No, porn ads. Sorry.
Even better. If Milana Vaintrub ever does a porn, I will pay up to 9 abortions for it.
How many schmeckles is that?
6. Jesus.
25 schmeckles.
You can do the math to figure out if a golf ball will kill you in an elevator, but you can't translate 9 abortions to 6 schmeckles.
25 schmeckles is roughly 2,200 American US dollars.
I'm 91% positive schmeckel in Hebrew means penis.
Yeah, I mean, Hebrew has like 19 words for penis.
Yeah, there's schwanz. No, that's the N word. Whoops. But I'm and all kidding aside, I'm 91% positive schmeckel is Hebrew penis.
It's also schlong.
Wait, no, that's Yiddish.
That's the same thing.
No. The only people alive on Earth to speak Yiddish are George Bush Sr. and his wife. I made that up.
Yeah, you did. They barely speak English.
They speak gibberish. That's a different language. We are at 59 minutes and
Counting.
38 seconds. But it's not going to say that
counting.
when you listen to this because I do edit some shit out.
So I don't know why you continue to say it.
Yeah. I do it every fucking episode.
We haven't done it in a while.
I know.
So
I got better. And then I got worse.
We forgot to have that intervention.
It's the dichotomy of... Okay. So thanks for listening. This is all we have for now.
But there will be more later.
Dude, I'm so stoked for putting this episode up, though. I mean, this episode, plus when we do the Colts one later in the week, we're going to hit easy 3,700 listens by the end of, like, next week.
Yeah.
That's my prophecy, and then we'll come back to it next week, and it'll be, like, 4,000.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And I'll have to clear my throat.
That's it for... That's it for now, but more later. It's every time I show my penis to a woman.
There's a podcast.
Yeah. No, there's more later.
Oh. So you are a grower.
Yeah, I'm what those in the porn industry would refer to as a blood dick.
Yes, I'm glad you know that.
I probably learned it from you.
Yeah, actually...
Or from porn.
I learned it. There was a podcast about where they interviewed like the secretary of a really high-end dominatrix.
Oh, okay.
And one of the questions they ask applicants for the dominatrix services.
Well, that's what they end up hitting after a while.
Is are you a meat cock or a blood cock? And it's are you a grower or a shower?
Yeah. It's kind of anytime I hear I always think of dicks now anytime I think of the English food blood pudding. It's like blood cock pudding.
Oh, yeah. That's gross.
What I picture. Because it's just sausage.
I spent a couple of summers interning
so
at
it's a dick joke.
Good one.
Yeah.
I spent a couple of summers interning at the Fukushima power plant before its collapse. So now I'm a glower, not a shower. Okay, sorry. Jesus. That's if you made it this far into the episode, you get that joke for free. Okay.
For free.
So yeah, thanks for listening. If this is I always think we should add this. If this is the first episode you've ever listened to, listen to the rest. Well, only go back like 10 episodes. Because my other thing is, we got new equipment, and now it sounds legit, and it used to sound like we were like talking over here or something.
Wait, that's still how it sounds. I mean, it's kind of like when I'll use The Office. Is a lot of people didn't like the first season of The Office. The first few episodes, we kind of were finding our groove.
Yeah.
Then we hit that second season, and then the magic started happening.
Dude, do you remember when we used to keep track of the seasons?
Do you remember when we used to try to be offensive?
Now it just comes naturally, like my glowing penis. Okay. Sorry. All right, that's all. That's really all we have now. Yeah. That was the most we've talked about.
Yeah, all he has now is a glowing cock.
Which, if someone overhears you listening to this and we said that, you can just say it's a town in Thailand.
Yeah.
Or, just stick with Thailand. All right, that's all we got. Bye.
Okay, love you.